Thomas Partey and Houssem Aouar. During the 2020 summer transfer window, let's just say Arsenal fans have been through it all. From the long pursuit of Gabriel Magalhaes, a saga which had fans tracking planes, identifying clouds, investigating trees, and overall unearthing their inner FBI agent. And so you'd think once that was over and done with, Arsenal fans would find some chill. But no, we are greedy out here. First, of course, you have Atletico Madrid's Thomas Partey, a Ghanaian baller who is an absolute powerhouse. And then of course you have Lyon's Houssem Aouar, a player so elegant and so good you'd think he'd be out of Arsenal's reach. And so with there being only 11 days left of the transfer window, I think it's about time we got to the bottom of this. So with that being said, guys, welcome back to your boys channel and let's get into some investigations. Thomas Partey, Houssem Aouar, what is the real truth? Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Babs14 and welcome back to your boys channel. As always, before we get into the video, it's make sure to go down there, drop a like on the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and what's your takes on the transfer saga of Houssem Aouar and Thomas Partey. So with that being said, guys, let's get into the investigations and let's find the truth behind these very long and very jarring transfer sagas. Starting off, let's discuss Thomas Partey. Oh boy, where do I begin? Well, you know what, we're gonna start back in 2019, as that is when the rumours linking Partey with the transfer to the Arsenal started. And as time's gone on, it has been confirmed that in that summer transfer window, Arsenal and Unai Emery, our manager at the time, really wanted Partey. Mr. Good Evening wanted to have a Partey, and I can see why. Not only that, but David Ornstein has also confirmed that Partey was desperate to join Arsenal Football Club. You even had his father in that transfer, quote unquote, saying, "I have personally told him to move on if he is not wanted where he is right now." So why did Arsenal not get it done there and then? Well, that is because the Arsenal board chose to choose a certain winger and spend that money on man like Nicolas Pepe, and the rest is Presence Blood FC. But as you guys know, going into the 2019-2020 season, it was an awful season to start to finish, and Unai Emery's Arsenal clearly showed a lack of a proficient box-to-box midfielder. And so in stepped Arsenal's new manager Mikel Arteta. And yes, as good as Arsenal have been since his arrival, we have not been able to play his preferred formation. We have seen the 3-4-3 and the 4-2-3-1 deployed to a very good standard, but the matter of fact is Arsenal have not been able to deploy that 4-3-3 system, the one that Arteta would like to go into. But of course, the key to that formation is the midfield. And so if you are to look into Arsenal's current midfield, we do not have the components or the facilities to play that formation to its best level. And that is what brings us back to man like Thomas Partey, and he has also been confirmed as Arsenal's top transfer target, with even David Ornstein saying that we know Partey has been Arsenal's main target for the central midfield role this summer. He's been on the radar for a number of years, and while that is all well and great, the matter of fact is, what have Arsenal done and what money have Arsenal put on the table? Well, so far the only confirmed bid that we have is from the reliable Fabrizio Romano, who has said that Arsenal have made an offer of £25 million plus one player, which was rumoured to be Matteo Guendouzi. Now that isn't the worst of offers, but Atletico's answer was no, we are not having that. So what exactly is the price for Thomas Partey? Well, as Arsenal fans know by this point, he has that €50 million release clause, which translates to around £46 million. Now I'm not saying Arsenal don't have £46 million in the bank to spend, but then of course you have to factor in the things like COVID-19 and the effect that has had on Arsenal financially. First things first, of course, you have this stadium revenue. Arsenal have not had any fans in the stadium since back in March, and obviously we cannot forget the lack of Champions League football, and also with Arsenal being knocked out of the Europa League in the last 32, we did not help our cause either. And so not only have Arsenal lost out on that stadium revenue, but also we've lost out on a bit of TV money as well. And then of course you also have the departures. Who exactly have Arsenal sold? So far in this transfer, the only player we've actually sold is Henrik Mkhitaryan, and that is a transfer that Arsenal earned a grand total of nothing from. And the only other player Arsenal sold, of course, is Emiliano Martinez for a fee of around £20 million. We've lost out on TV revenue, we've lost out on stadium revenue, we've only sold one player for a decent fee, pay, and we've also got one of the biggest wage structures in the entirety of the Premier League, and that is why Arsenal so far have not been able to pay that €50 million release clause. But another question that must be asked is, why exactly do Atletico want that money, and why are they so persistent on it? Well, for that you have a few factors. The first thing you have to factor in is of course their new stadium, the Wanda Metropolitana. That of course is a brand new stadium, opened in 2018 and was the host of the 2019 Champions League final, which of course Tottenham lost. And as most Arsenal fans will know, stadiums are nowhere near cheap, with the Wanda Metropolitana costing around £330 million. And so in terms of Atletico Madrid, they are paying this over a 7-year installment basis, and that is one massive reason why Atletico need the money. And that is also the reason why they had to sell their star player in Antoine Griezmann last year for a fee of €120 million. And Arsenal fans know about this as well. How many times over the years did Arsenal have to sell our best players because we had to pay the money for the Emirates Stadium? Well, that right now is the same scenario with Atletico Madrid, and that is because they right now have to go through COVID-19 and still pay off that debt. Not only have Atletico Madrid lost a massive income from stadium revenue, but it's even been confirmed that they've asked their staff and their players to take a pay cut, with them missing out on a reported £100 million. They need that money to survive, they need to pay for the stadium, and so they've been hurt by COVID, and that's why they need the money so badly. But also one thing we cannot forget is the wages. In terms of Thomas Partey's wages right now, of the quality of player that he is massively underpaid, and with Atletico clearly asking players to take pay cuts, they can't pay Partey the money that Arsenal can pay. I understand that Arsenal have a massive wage bill, but if you guys are to cast your minds back to last year, the likes of Cech, Ramsey and Welbeck are massive people of the wage bills. And so in terms of wages, we can pay the wages, but Atleti cannot. So what exactly is the latest on this transfer? As of right now, Arsenal are trying to sell Lucas Torreira to Atletico Madrid. We've already sold Emiliano Martinez, so we have around £20 million there. But the case of Lucas Torreira is that Arsenal want to sell him and Atletico want to loan him. Now Arsenal wouldn't mind that if Atletico were to compromise and give us Partey in return, but they have made it clear they only want €50 million and they are not going to negotiate on that behalf. And so with Torreira off the table for Atletico, what is going to happen now? Arsenal are now looking to sell Torreira back to Italy for a fee of €25 million. Arsenal will then have the money, the wages and the players agreement to sign Thomas Partey and activate that release clause, and finally end this long draining transfer saga. I understand that fans are getting frustrated, they want this transfer done. Atletico Madrid cannot stand in the way if Arsenal pay the release clause, and so the truth behind this transfer is very simple. Lucas Torreira, once he is sold and Arsenal get that money, we can activate the release clause, and when and if Arsenal do that, Partey will be an Arsenal player, and that is a fact. But there you go lads, let me know your thoughts in the comments below on Thomas Partey. Do you think he is going to be an Arsenal player? Moving on lads, let's talk about Houssem Aouar, because we cannot forget our French hermano. First things first, what I want to discuss is, why do Arsenal want Aouar so badly? Well, the answer to that question is very simple, it's one word, it's creativity. Arsenal are a really bad creative side, and the facts are, last year in the Premier League, Arsenal were the 16th worst when it comes to chances created in the Premier League. But I don't want to put the blame on Mikel Arteta, and that is because apart from Mesut Ozil, we do not have another pro-efficient creator in the current Arsenal first team, and so that is where comes in man like Houssem Aouar. Not only is Aouar a very creative player, but he also has that clutch nature, and that is shown by the fact that this guy had 6 assists last year in Champions League, with 4 coming in the knockout stages. But it is not only that. Once again, I will refer to the Arsenal formation, the 4-3-3. If Arsenal can go out there and sign Houssem Aouar, we are getting a player who is perfect for that formation, and he is perfect for that advanced number 8 role that Arteta will need to play that formation to its best level. And not only would Aouar offer Arsenal creativity, but Aouar is also one of the best ball progressors in the world. Just look at this graph right now, look how far up Aouar is compared to all the other players in Ligue 1. This guy is honestly world class, and even when it comes to creativity, this guy is pretty proficient, with 3 shot creating actions per 90 last season. And so surely you'd think there will be other teams after Houssem Aouar. In terms of the first team that was rumoured to be linked with Aouar, of course, was Juventus, but they have since signed signed a midfielder from Schalke, and they've put bed the rumours of Aouar to Juve. Then you also of course have Manchester City, but in terms of their interest, it has also been confirmed that they do not need any more midfielders and they are not in the market for Houssem Aouar. But with him being such a good player, does he really want to come to a team that finished 8th place in the Premier League last year? Well, that was all put to bed as the reliable Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Aouar wants to move to the Premier League and is open to a move to the mighty Arsenal, with Arsenal in regular talks with Aouar's agents. Another key part of this transfer is Arsenal's technical director, man like Edu, and he is very close to Lyon's sporting director, Juninho. And that for me is going to be a massive key in this transfer because Lyon are a very hard club to negotiate, so with Arsenal having the contacts there, this transfer becomes very much possible. But what exactly have Arsenal done so far in terms of bids? So far, the only confirmed bid for Arsenal is around 25 million euros, again plus a player, which was rumoured to be Matteo Guendouzi. But Lyon were very quick to say no to the offer, and they've made it clear as well, in this transfer they wanted 60 million euros. Now personally, I do not believe they're going to get that money, and I believe a fee of around 50 million euros will be enough to get the player. If Juventus and Man City were both interested and making bids, Lyon have every right to increase the player from 60 million euros to 70 million euros. But with those teams out of the equation and only Arsenal being a team that are making bids, if Arsenal make a decent financial offer, Lyon are going to need to listen. And that's because just like Atletico, they are in need of money. They are also a club that was massively hit by COVID-19 and the financial implications. And in terms of Liga itself, it was hit massively because that league was cancelled and wasn't even resumed. And so not only did Lyon lose out on their stadium revenue, but also lost out on all their TV money as well. And even after they were knocked out of the Champions League semi-final by Bayern Munich, their sporting director Juninho confirmed that Aouar could be on his way out of Lyon, and it has also been confirmed that they are looking at players that potentially could replace Aouar, with there being a confirmed pursuit of AC Milan midfielder Lucas Paqueta. Lyon would not be looking out actively for replacements if they didn't know that this deal was possible and probable. Right now they are playing hardball because they want the best possible money. But in terms of Arsenal as well, we are trying to get the best possible deal for ourselves as well. And the reason why I am so confident about this transfer is the fact that Lyon, if the deal goes through, are going to accept an installment based contract. We've seen the same thing with Nicolas Pepe, the same thing with Gabriel Magalhaes, and now the same thing with Houssem Aouar. And so just like the transfer of Thomas Partey, this is very simple. For Arsenal to buy both players, we are going to need to sell first. And so let's move on now to the final verdict. Boy, this video has gone on for a while, hasn't it? The first thing we need to discuss is, will both transfers happen? But in terms of my personal belief, I think both deals are possible, but it will only happen if Arsenal sell players, and I cannot state that enough. If Arsenal can sell the likes of Torreira as well as the likes of Matteo Guendouzi, we will get both players because we have the money there. But if Arsenal fail to do that, I still believe Arsenal are able to get one of these transfers over the line. And so the question then is, who is more likely? Personally for me, I think that's going to be Houssem Aouar, and that is because Lyon are going to accept an installment based contract, meaning Arsenal can pay the money over time. And so finally, what happens next? Well, this is very simple, my friends. It is sell to buy. Sell Torreira, sell Guendouzi, buy Partey, buy Aouar. 2 midfielders out, 2 midfielders in. Quick maths FC, there you go. But the question to you guys is very simple. If Arsenal had to choose just one of the transfers, Partey or Aouar, who do you think Arsenal should look to prioritise? And with that being said, guys, that ends a very long video and a lot of talking. But with that being said, guys, of course, if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to go down there and drop a like on the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you are new. As always, get in the comments and let me know your thoughts on Partey and Aouar, and do you think both players are going to sign? If you guys will follow all my social media and subscribe to my group channel, The Offsiders, it would be massively appreciated. The links are in the description below. But with that being said, guys, just end it there and there. In the video today, lads, we have discussed the truth behind Partey and Aouar, and I've tried my best to explain what is happening. Hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time in a bit.